Hey everybody, my name is Jesse Grossbull and welcome to the JesseAF show. Today is Sunday, March 31st, 2019, episode 49 of my daily podcast. Yeah, that's right, daily. That means every single day I'll be posting a new episode. So please, check in tomorrow for my next episode. I'm on Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and YouTube. So if you have any of those platforms, please consider subscribing. That way you get notifications for whenever I post a new episode. Today, I'm going to be talking about something interesting. Something that we all really need to really focus on in our daily life. And that is thinking before you act. And thinking before you act is so broad. It's so large. And it's really important. Because whether you are in a really tough situation and you really are mad at someone and you just want to punch them in the face, it's better to just take a step back and look at your situation. What should I do? Should I punch him in the face? Or should I go get some help? Or should I just walk away from it? What should I do? And it's so important because every single day we come into these contacts, these types of situations. Maybe it's not exactly a punch, but maybe it's a fight, like a verbal fight, where you're like, well, they just called me this, so I can call them that. And it's like, well, what's the best thing to do? Do you want to ruin that relationship with that person? Do you want to fight this person to death, you know? What do you want to do? And it's nuts because we always come into these kinds of situations and we learn as we get older what you should do, but at the same time, a lot of us just don't think. A lot of us just react without thinking, and that's fine. That's normal. Reacting without thinking is very, very normal because we are animals and we have a fight or flight type of reaction in our brain. It's human nature to fight or run away, and it's nuts, to be honest, but the crazy part is everyone just gets all caught up in the situation that they just completely forget about everything practical. And that's a normal response. Normal cognitive response. Because honestly, when you got the blood pumping and you're just so hyped, so mad at someone because they just called you something, you just want to react. You just want to fight. You just want to punch them. You may want to just yell at them. But the point is you have to take a step back and you have to learn how to control that. And how to control that is all the way from the start. You have to be like, you have to train yourself. You have to train your mind to think about those types of situations before they ever happen. And it's so important to be prepared. I just made that episode, I think yesterday. And it's crazy because being mentally prepared is so important. You have to come into every single fight understanding one thing. You throw the first punch, you're getting screwed. You have to be backed into that corner. You have to literally need to protect yourself because you are important. But at the same time, you can't throw that first punch. You can't be like, man, I hate you. I'm going to punch you in the face because I hate you. Not a good situation. And if you do get into that situation where you want to punch someone in the face, take a step back and say, do I really want to punch someone in the face? Is it worth getting maybe arrested or maybe punched even harder in the face? Or maybe going away and getting to the hospital and an ambulance because you're bleeding out of your face? Nah, not important. Or not that great, you know? You cannot just go into a fight just punching someone because things are going to happen. You have to think about those practical things. You have to think about, do I really have enough money to pay for a lawyer? Probably not. And kids, they just think about it like, oh man, you disrespect me, I'll disrespect you. And that's the immature thought. That is the thought of, I'm not going to let you play with me. I'm not going to let you be mean to me. I'm not going to let you take advantage of me. And everyone gets into that zone, that mind zone, where they're just like, no, not doing it, not handling it in that way. I'm going to fight. I'm going to get in on it. I'm going to take some heads and pop them, you know? But the thing is, we really have to take a step back, because you have a lot on your shoulders when you throw that punch. You have your family. You have your friends. You have your coworkers. You have your job. I mean, are you at work? If you're at work and you're going to punch someone in the face, would everyone at work think you were a good guy for doing it? Or would you get fired? And that's the nuts part. Because you can't just throw a punch at a customer for some crazy reason like, man, I get it. You think you can use that coupon like that, but it ain't working. And then they're like, no. It is working. I know it. I can read, but it's expired. It just expired yesterday. It doesn't matter. I can't let you do it. You know, and you just want to give them a punch maybe. And that doesn't work. You can't just go into life punching everyone in the face, even if you wanted to. I know it sounds like I'm a buzzkill, and it's like, oh man, but I really wanted to punch that person. But I'm saving your life. Because if you punch someone at work, you're getting fired, number one. That's simple. And then number two, everyone that you work with is going to know. And then they're going to maybe talk about it on social media, or they're going to tell your coworkers in the future if you somehow work with them again somehow. Or they're going to just tell people, and that's going to spread like wildfire. And then guess what? Your next job will know. It's nuts how that works. It's nuts how that happens. But guess what? We all have iPhones. We all have cameras. Not all iPhones. Sure, there's some Samsung phones out there. But the point is, we all have phones. They record. Mine is right on my steering wheel right now, pointed at me. Everyone has that ability. So guess what? Your fight is going to go on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat. Probably Snapchat. Maybe World Star. Who knows? But the point is, you don't want that. You do not want that. Because guess what? Sure, it may have seemed like the best idea, you know, to give that person a punch in the face. But now everyone you know, or that will know you, is going to look at that video and be like, I don't know if you're cut out for this job. Prospective employers don't want a hothead that's going to punch their customers in the face. And that's the truth. You can't go into life punching everyone in the face. I know it sounds like a buzzkill, but I'm actually thinking about your safety, your life, your opportunities that you're just throwing out the window. You're throwing those opportunities right out the window into that punch. Maybe you punch the wrong person. Maybe this person, their whole family is a part of the police force. Maybe their family or their cousin is the best lawyer of New York or whatever you're from. That will be a bad idea. But at the same time, what if that person had a condition where their skull would shatter into a million pieces if you punch them? You'd be killing them. I know. It's sad. But there are bone diseases out there. These diseases weaken bones. You could kill someone with a punch. They could have brain problems. And maybe that one punch just kind of sends them into a coma. Maybe it kills them. You have to think before you act. It's so important. Because you could end somebody's life. You could punch that person and they could fall backwards and hit their head really hard on something, and they'd be dead. And guess what? You'd have to deal with their whole family hating you. You'd have to go to jail. You'd have to go to jail for the rest of your life. Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared to kill somebody? Are you prepared to kill yourself, your life, your chance of ever doing anything else with your life? If you're not, don't take the punch. It's the same thing as, what if you wanted to tell someone that they were fat because you didn't like what they looked like just because everyone in your life has called you fat? Is that fair? Maybe they killed themselves the next day. Do you want to feel responsible for that? No, you don't. Life is serious. And when you take matters into your own hands and you decide that it's a better idea to punch someone in the face rather than solving your problems peacefully and thoughtfully, you get screwed. Your whole life ends. Don't end your life. Don't make that stupid choice. Don't do it. This world is bad enough. Don't add to the chaos. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. I know I did. It's a very important subject, and a lot of people don't take these things seriously. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. I really hope you guys share this episode with everyone you know, because it's important. You don't want to have a bad situation get even worse just because you have a hot head and you wanted to punch someone, or you wanted to bully someone because you have your own problems at home, because someone you know is hurting you. It's not right to hurt someone else. Seek help. Find some way to get those feelings out of your mind, to get them off your chest. Don't go punching someone in the face. You could kill them. I hope you guys have a really great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.